Hey guys, back again. Oh, look at me. Smile, you're on camera. Yeah, as you can see, I put the head camera on today. Whether it's facing the right way again, I don't know. My last attempt, you got a lot of ceiling, a lot of sun visor. Probably getting the same again today. I thought I'd give it a crack anyway. Not going to make a long video today. I thought I'd put on the headset. If I see anything tidy, I'll upload it. If not, I won't. But I know, so I'm trying to make the videos look a little bit better now. Trying to sort out a tidy intro. I just figured out how to do the chapters. So rather than you sitting there, if you don't want to see me going all the way down the road, and you want to see if there's anything exciting in the video, I've realised on the bottom now you can do the chapters. So I'll bookmark anything that might be exciting, anything you might want to see, and then you can all skip to the fun bits. So you don't want to see me just chatting crap half the time, do you? You want to see me getting into tricky situations, see what it's like driving. I don't know if you want to hear me just rambling, I don't know. Anyway, talking about rambling, I'm off to Satnav in Surrey today. Well, 3 hours from the yard. I'm already a good half hour into my trip. I was going to do my intro earlier, but Radio 2 are playing some brilliant songs today. So children in need today, so if you're in a position to, make sure you donate a couple of quid. Kids have gone off to school today, non-uniform, wearing spotty leggings and pudsey headbands. A couple of quid to chuck in the buckets, you know, a couple of quid for it. I mean, we're in a great position, we're very lucky, we're all, well, you know, we're in reasonably good health. I'm sure we've all got our issues. We hear some of the stories, some of these kids, the children in need, does help. Ah, poor little buggers. I mean, some of them haven't even had a bloody fair roll of the dice, you know. When you hear about these kids, some of these kids have never had a bloody fair crack of the dice, crack of the whip, have they? You know, some of these kids are born with horrible things. So yeah, children need do some wonderful work. So yeah, if you're in a position to donate some money, donate some money. You know, I know times are hard, everyone's bills are rocketing, everything's more expensive, but if you can throw a few quid towards these charities like children in need, and that money finds its way to a kid, and that can help a kid go to a sensory class, or, you know, help the parents of a child who's ill get a few hours respite, where they can speak to other people and get advice, and the kids get to enjoy every minute of the life they've got. Well, surely that money's better spent on that than it is a coffee in Starbucks or Costa or wherever you go. You know, a couple of quid to us, we're not going to notice this straight away, but it makes a huge difference to these charities when it's all piled in together. So yeah, so that's why my delay on my doing my intro. Because again, the kids from the charity picking the music this morning, it's been bloody brilliant. I'm singing my heart out, so I thought if I did my intro with a Radio 1, I'm going to get copyright strike. We've had Dirty Dancing, Time of My Life, S Club 7, Reach. I mean, I defy anybody to hear S Club 7, Reach for the Stars, and not have a bloody brilliant day. I defy anyone not to bloody cheer up when they hear that song. Yes, there we go. But yeah, like I was saying, I was trying to make these videos look a little bit better. You know, try and get a few more people to watch and maybe enjoy the videos. That first video I did talking about joining the agency, I mean, that video's gone bonkers. It's about 16,000 views. So I'm glad people are finding it helpful. It seems, you know, it's helped people make a decision. But no, I mean, if people can enjoy the videos and stuff, I say it breaks up my day nicely. So I say I'm on the motorway 3 hours now, all the way down to London, M25 into Surrey. So being able to chat away and break up the day rather than just me doing Pop Master, shouting at the radio, which I will be doing in half an hour. So 2 ways. Oh, it's Fly. I was looking for the Fly before I left the yard and I couldn't find him, and now I'm driving, he's back with a vengeance. But, yeah, no, it helps break up the day a bit, it does, when you, I find when I do the video, and then when I pull in for my break, rather than sat there just watching half hour, 15 minutes or 45 minutes ticking away, I get on my phone and I can do a little bit of downloading or uploading rather than just going on Facebook. You know what it's like. Yeah. So now I hope you all like my new intro. I've got some different music as well. The music I was using before was from a really cool site, and it was all supposed to be copyright-free music. So I downloaded the app and I started downloading the music, and I was giving the artists the credit, you know, in my descriptions and writing on the bottom of the screen. God, that van time passed me now, nearly hit that car outside, eh? But yeah, and then they kept copyright striking all my videos. Doing a copyright claim on the music, and I thought, well, if it's copyright free, it shouldn't be happening. But now I've discovered on YouTube they got loads of great things, you know, because I'm not over to YouTube, you know, a creator. I just do a couple of little videos, but obviously you don't want to see fast forwarded video of me going down the motorway for 20 minutes just with the engine sound. So yeah, the music helps break it up a little bit. So yeah, I went on YouTube and they got another app, YouTube Studio, which helps you do editing and stuff. And they got some music on there, and they got some great music. So what sort of music do you guys like? Comment down the bottom and let me know what sort of music you'd rather have, because like I say, I like all sorts of music. So I kind of picked the music that's more easy listening, you know. I don't want to do a video and then have slamming drum and bass on it and I put everyone off, and have dance music or heavy rock and put everyone off. So I tend to try and lean towards more easy listening, more middle of the road, YouTube type music, you know. I find that goes a little bit better with the videos. I always find the videos I watch when I'm seeing people driving down the road and you got a bit of time lapse go, I always find the country music works well. That's how I know I'm getting old, because all of a sudden I really like country music. Happens to everyone. One day you'll suddenly go, oh, I like that, and then that's it then, you listen to country music all day. But yeah, let me know what sort of music sort of suits the videos and what you like to hear, because I don't have anyone thinking, oh, that's doing my head in, that's annoying. So I do when I'm watching videos. I hear certain music, I'm thinking I can't watch that. I can't watch that. So no, as much as I haven't dug really deep into getting the kind of music library I'm going to use, I found a couple of good songs, a couple of good artists on that YouTube Studio. So I'm going to go with them for a bit, see what it's like. But if anyone's got any preferences for music, you know, I try and keep away from the music with too many lyrics in. You know, you don't want a sensory overload. You're watching a lorry going down the motorway, fast forwarding on 10 times speed, you're reading subtitles, watching the video, trying to listen to the lyrics at the same time. Oh god, it's going to cook your head. So no, so I think more easy music, easy listening music. But let me know, like I say, I'll give props to all the artist music I use, either right on the bottom of the screen or in the description. But yeah, just trying to make it an easier, nicer experience for people to watch. And it's nice watching the subscribers slowly tick up. I know I'm not getting crazy views, I'm never going to get loads of subscribers. I haven't got the finesse and the pizzazz for that. I see a couple of these other guys who got great big videos, great big channels. You know, they're entertaining guys, like they're cool and happy with the selfie sticks wandering around talking through the day. You know, I didn't even think about putting a video on until I got all my work set and ready, you know, so I hope some of you find me entertaining. But yeah, anyway, enough about me and the channel. So you can see, hopefully this head camera's running. I'll check later on and double check, and I'm going to have to go back over it with you. But Mercedes Actros today, as you can see, screens everywhere. Everywhere. Really nice truck, they're really comfortable. Right guys, just realised that I wasn't even recording. Last time. The phone was recording me, so you can see my chops, and you can see the camera stuck on my head for 15 minutes. But didn't turn it on, did I? Genius. I'm really good at this YouTube in malarkey. So, the bits and bobs I was talking about, which I'll probably cut out of that intro now. If the intro stops abruptly, this will be explaining why. So, there's my main display that I work off. I don't know if you can see that. Front here, this is my speed, oil pressure, air pressure, boost pressure, everything I need to know about the lorry's engine and the running is all there. My revs, my fuel, miles per gallon, everything. You can see I've got these screens on the inside. This lorry trying to come past me now. I'll back off 1 or 2 miles an hour, make his life a bit easier, because he's a heavy load and he hasn't quite got the oomph to get past. But yeah, like I say, we haven't got normal mirrors in this. It's a digital camera on the outside. So this is what I see. Got the top half, which is your normal mirror, and then we got the bottom one, which is the blind spot mirror. Keeping a good eye on our man, make sure he don't try and chop my nose off too early. Yeah, go on then, buddy. You're clear. In you go. Give him a little flash in it, make his life a bit easier. You know, I only lost 1 mile an hour then. So yeah, so those cameras are pretty good. You got the blind spot camera on the bottom, you got that one on the top, which is great when you're driving down the road and it's all clear and you can see well. Not so effective at night. Exactly the same story on the other side. Bottom camera is my blind spot one. Top camera is my normal mirror. Normal mirror on the outside there to see where my front end is, make sure there's no cyclists in front of me, make sure it's handy when you're pulling up to lines on bays and stuff. Always doing a tight manoeuvre like I was down in Worthing, and then you've got your other curb side blind spot mirror there again. None of these cover your blind spots. You've got to be super aware because people appear out of nowhere. It's Fly. I haven't seen him since the last time I mentioned it on my intro, and as soon as I start chatting again, he's out. In my head in. But yeah, so there's the mirrors. And like I was saying, when you go into London now, I believe it's law. I think we all have to have one. There's this screen down here, which is a camera, which is down on the outside there, which looks up down along the side of the vehicle, which is like, you've got no chance of seeing down there otherwise. So yeah, you apparently have to have that now for the cyclists and stuff in London, because you know they are trying to pedestrianise as much as they can, and the cyclists, I mean, they're starting to get to the point where the cyclists are almost outnumbering the vehicles. But you know, as much as they hate us all going in there, they'll be annoyed if all those lorry drivers stopped going in and they went down. They didn't have no bloody avocados to eat, they didn't have no frappa chapalates to drink on the bloody street. They'd soon bloody change their tone about lorries going in, you know. They want to get the London look, they want us to deliver all their makeup, well, we got to go into town, sorry. So you know, you can hate us all you want. You want to buy a reflective armband when you're riding your bike, well, we're delivering them, so give us bloody space, don't get under our wheels. There's enough about London. So yeah, so no, apparently that's law now. Apparently you have to have that. You have to have it. Safety, and I can see why. I can see why. I mean, it's scary in London. It is. It's scary. No one wants to cause anyone any harm or an injury during their working day. We want everyone to go home feeling well, no harm done, but it is scary. So yeah, so that camera, I believe I can change it, but that's perfect. That's exactly where I need it. I believe there's a couple of options on it. I mean, you can turn it off, but I wouldn't. You know, you can turn it off, but I know I'm not going to do it. It's there for a reason. I'll leave it on. It's not bothering me by there. Obviously that's my phone with the Satnav, my Road Lord Satnav. You know, that's never done me wrong. It's updated since the other day, so it's not telling me to go on the wrong side of the road. The other day when I was using it, it kept telling me to go the wrong way around roundabouts, but it only just had an update. But it's updated again since then. They fixed it straight away, so now it's back on form, doing well. So I tend to keep that one on, because you know, that one's telling me my arrival time will be about 10 to 1. The lorry one is telling me my arrival time will be about 12:30. I'm kind of leaning towards what Road Lord says, because that one will give updates on traffic, whereas this one will tell you the route and the perfect situation. I mean, that's not going to happen. It's a Friday, I'm heading into London at lunchtime, so I'm expecting to arrive closer to the Road Lord's time, closer to 10 to 1. Because let's say if there's a lorry up ahead who's hit a bit of traffic and he's clocked on his sat-nav and said I'm in traffic, my sat-nav will update and let me know there's traffic, there's an accident, there's a lane closed, whatever it may be. I say very very good sat-nav. I'll try and look through it. I'll see what I do on this video. When we get up there, if I'm on a break, I'll have a quick show you through my sat-nav and see if you know what I mean. It's free to download, so I'd recommend it to anyone, especially if you're new. And like I say, lots of companies will tell you stick with the route they're giving you, but it is nice to think if you're following the route they've said on their printed off piece of paper, and then you get that good old sign, road closed at blah blah blah, and that's where you're going. It's nice to know that that has got your back and you can find another route in I'd also recommend getting a road atlas, a lorry driver's atlas. The only thing is with that, with your lorry driver's atlas and the road map is, you cannot use that when you're driving. You cannot. You'd be far too distracted. You cannot use it when you're driving. I mean, don't go using this when you're driving. You're okay to glance down, but you're not supposed to be programming it and stuff like that when you're driving. Do all your programming before you head off. And that's what's good with road loads. If I had a couple of drops, I could program in my postcodes, tell it the order I want to do it, and when I get to point A, it will know I'm there, and then it will readjust the Satnav and go from point A to point B. And then it'll go from point B to point C. So I could set up my entire day's route on that Satnav and not have to touch it again for the rest of the day. You know, which is what you want. You don't want to be fiddling around with electronics. It's illegal for a start. You don't want to be messing around with anything. Same as this one. Set it up before I left the yard. Now it's just a case of looking down at it. Any adjustments I want to do on that Satnav I can do on the steering controls or the touch screen there. But you don't want to be fiddling around with stuff otherwise. Concentrate on your driving. Don't want to be distracted by any electronics. So, yeah, keep that short and sharp. So I showed you all the mirrors, I showed you the cameras. This will do everything. This will do your central heating. So it is like central heating in here. This will do your temperatures, your demisters, your window demisters. It'll do your alarm clock, your timing, your maintenance settings, your oil pressures, everything you need to know you can get on that screen. All your lights are set on automatic. Built-in Satnav, so it knows how big this lorry is. I can adjust it if I have any big loads or any weird loads. I can link my phone up to it. I got my radio settings and my volume. Really nice lorry, really good. Everything you can pretty much do on the steering wheel. You can see there's my volume. BBC Radio 2. Always got Radio 2 on during the day, although later on my way home, if I get a good clean run, I'm starting to feel festive now it's a bit colder today, I might see if one of the Christmas music channels is on. That gets me going, that does. I love that. I love Christmas. So yeah, that's what it is. There's your mirrors, there's everything else. I'll try and show you the Satnav a little bit later on. If not, this might be a short video, and I'll try and get you back on board when we get up to Sutton, because you'll be seeing that at the same time as me, because I haven't been there before, and it's supposed to be a bit of a challenge getting in. So I'll see if I can get you on board for a reverse manoeuvre, and hopefully you can see what I'm looking at, because I was pretty hopeless last time. So yeah, thanks all, and we'll skip to the next part.
I'm alright on those parked cars, aren't I? I love this job. I love it. I've chucked this on in case I hit anything, so I gotta go look what I'm gonna do.
There you go, you just go back out and that's the thing.
I go home. That's awesome. Cheers, mate. To me thinking I'd have a nice easy drop off, like. Well, I know I'm a bit tight, so get out and look. Ooh. Yeah, lovely stuff. It's all fun. long as I'm not pushing the trailer over too far, which I don't think I am. I'm not sure where the moped's going. Not underneath my wheels, hopefully. I'll tell you how many shuffles you take to get it in nice and sweet. Now I just need to wait till the shop to bloody answer. And we can get in, but there we go. All the fun of the fair. Poor wording was tight, look at that, eh? There we go. Win, we're in.
There we go, guys. Finally got parked on that bay then. That was a rough one. When I left the yard this morning, they said you'd have a bay to turn round in on the paperwork. I thought, oh, it'd be a treat. Turn around in a bay. Yeah, there we go. So hopefully that recorded nicely on that camera. You can see. It was surprising. You can get these things swung around pretty good when you get into a tight spot. You notice I had to jump out a couple of times and make sure I had a look around the back. But a few of these cars that are parked up by here, they're not usually there. But now there's all this building work that's going on, so that's what made this such a tricky one. So I was wondering why they sent me up here today. So I went to Woking the other day because no one wants to go to Woking because it's a pain in the ass and you can't reverse in. And I come up here today because no one wants to come up here because there's a bloody builders on site. So I've lost 25% of a yard. I didn't have no bloody room in anyway. But it's okay. First time I've been up here. I know the guys are good as gold as well. Those fellas up in the yard, the workers, they were good as gold. The foreman and stuff like that. They moved their cars straight away. The cars that are in my way are from the shop I'm delivering to. But yeah, in the end, I knew they were waiting for me, so I was like, right, guys, just keep an eye on me. Make sure I'm not going to hit nothing. I'm going to go for it. So yeah, so you saw the manoeuvre I did. A bit of a tight squeeze. Didn't hit nothing. Lovely jubbly. Managed to get it round. I'm back on the bed now. As I was going back on the bay, that moped that pulled in, it turns out he's the guy who works in the shop to unload me, but he didn't think he was working today. They didn't know they had a delivery due, which is really good communication, like. So he said, oh, I wouldn't normally have started till 2 o'clock, and it was 1:30. So I was like, look, you go have your break, I'll chuck mine on break, so when I'm done then I can hit the road. So I'm on break now. I've only got a couple of minutes left, but he haven't come back. Probably eating a sausage roll or something. Can't fault him. But yeah, so that's the plan now. I'm going to sit here, get to the end of this break, unload, and then one or two of these cars are going to have to shuffle again just so I can cut back out. Because like I say, it's a bit, as you all saw, it's a bit of a squeeze. And there's another car added to the pile now as well. So I'll see if I can get them to move. I've got bloody air on me somewhere. So yeah, so when they've moved, we can get out. But you'll notice when I was doing my manoeuvre a lot of the time, it's don't be afraid to stop, jump out, go walk around the back, have a look. And I wrote before goal, get out and look. Because you know, once I knew I turned, you saw I can't see anything. I knew I had cars on my blind side, I had cars on the other side of the trailer when I was on that angle. You know, that's a damn near jackknife, but I didn't want to turn it to the point where you go too far, because obviously you've got your air lines and your leads attached to the trailer, and as you turn, they stretch and stretch and stretch, and there's that old company I was with, a few people snapped that airline, so I was very wary. I didn't want to do that. And you don't obviously want to hit, you can actually hit the trailer with the side of the lorry if you turn it too tight. So that's why I took a couple of shuffles, and then when I got over to face the exit, a couple more shuffles so I could see the car in my side mirror, because obviously I didn't want to hit any cars, and I was using the car on my side so I could get my head out. I knew that was my vantage point. I knew I could fit between the cars on that side and that side. So if I stay tight to the car on this side, I knew I would have been alright. So, there we go. So, two awkward manoeuvres in a way. But I had to bloody pulled in his yard. I wish they sent me back down to Worthing. Bloody manoeuvre I had to do. So no, so I'm going to wait for this fella to get back now, get unloaded, and then once I'm unloaded then, I will see if I can get this one car by here shifted scaffolders over there, they're good as gold. He's happy to wait and move. You know, they've done their job. It's massive scaffold in this building. See the bloody size of this building. Huge. 18 or 19 bloody stories it is. Absolutely massive. Massive. So I'll be able to show you. Have a quick look. There you go. See that building? Absolutely massive. And then that's the door. Oh, there it goes now. So that's the gap I had to come through. And this is the size of the yard I had to turn around in. So all those cars parked there, I should have been driving into there. So yeah, let's turn around. And on the other side, I'm not exactly spoiled for space either. See there's big skip and stuff like that there, so yeah. It's always good fun, you don't know what you're going to get. I'll be honest, as much as I'm moaning all the time, I do enjoy doing it. I do like a challenge. I'll be honest, when I pulled in I thought that might have been a one challenge too far, to be honest. I couldn't see that there was an angle there, and as soon as they said, oh well, you know, other lorries have turned around, and when the cars weren't there, there's been a bigger trailer than yours in, and straight away I thought, well, if someone else has done it, I can do it. So I came in again, took my time. I don't know if you'll see it on the video, but at one point when I was turning round, a woman came round the corner, a young woman came round the corner with a push chair. I walked straight on the side of the lorry, just stopped immediately, sat, waited until she was completely clean and safe. Because like I was saying the other day, pedestrians can appear like that. So you always, eyes on the back of your head, keep my head going, look in the mirrors. So yeah, it's always wise to keep your windows down as well. There's loads of building noise here, and drills and hammers and cement mixers. But keep those windows down, even if it's just a smidgen. Because if someone shouts, whoa, you hear them. If your windows are closed and you're reversing back, don't have your radio on and stuff. So it could be someone at the back, oh, whoa, someone beeping or a forklift beeping. You don't hear them, you're going to hit something. So, there you go. Tony's tip of the day as a new feature. So, yeah, so I'll knock you off now. I'll probably pop the head set back on from when I leave. There's going to be a bit of a squeeze going out. Drive through a bit of Sutton town centre, which is mad. London is not made for lorries, like it's... tight, but it's into a one-way system, bit of dual carriageway down on the M25. Hopefully the weather's nice to me, and let's see if we can get me home in time for the chip shop, innit? That's the plan of attack. So I'll leave it here, and then next thing you'll see should be my headset on. I may even set the camera out the front as well, get a bit of a time lapse. Who knows? It's only M25, but all you're going to see is traffic and people cutting each other off. So yeah, alright, guys, let's move on.